What's up people, TylerPath here. Y'all wanna know what I ate? So today I'm gonna show y'all 3 quick and healthy, high protein, low calorie meals that you can make in order to help you lose weight, build muscle, pretty much achieve your fitness goals, all the while enjoying what you eat, because that is the key to actually staying with a sustainable diet. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take y'all to the grocery store, then we're gonna get a workout in between, and then come back and start cooking those meals up. Let's get it. First stop, we're here at Aldi. Get the bulk of our groceries. I like going to Aldi because everything's cheaper. Okay, so the staple of all my meals, 2 things. A lean source of protein as well as vegetables. So all the meals I'm about to make today are gonna have that. But of course, we're not robots. We enjoy having some flavor, so like, don't get me wrong. Protein, veggie is important, but the taste is also key, because if it doesn't taste good, you're not gonna be able to stick to it. Could get chicken breast, but I'm gonna do chicken thighs for this specifically, since we're doing a lettuce wrap. So the calories are gonna be low regardless. All right, perfect. When it comes to beef, ideally you wanna get something leaner. Brown's usually pretty good. Just anything that, like, honestly, just the stuff that doesn't have a lot of marbling, those are all pretty good choices. Thin sliced sirloin tip. This looks really good. This is perfect. A really good hack to get more veggies in. These Aldi frozen veggies, let me show you one. California medley, I prefer this one. Super easy to whip up. Literally, you just microwave it and it's perfect. All right. All right, we made it back to the crib and I'm starving, so before I get to cooking the meals, let me actually make a protein shake. Now, since it's fall, my protein got me this pumpkin spice impact whey protein. Nothing fancy, just pure whey protein concentrate. So it's gonna be creamy and good. 1 full scoop. Yeah. Let's try it. I've already tried this before, it's really good. Code PATH for 40% off. All right, y'all, so this is what we got from the grocery store. Meal 1, meal 2, and then meal 3. We're gonna be starting off with this first meal, which is gonna be a rotisserie chicken sriracha tacos. Let's get it. Woo! All right, first thing I'm gonna do is shred up the chicken. Now, when it comes to rotisserie chicken, you guys can get it from anywhere, but you know, of course, I had to go. I could have gone to many places to get rotisserie chicken, but I chose classic Kirkland Costco rotisserie chicken. I like this one in particular because it's $4.99. Imagine that. This big chicken, $4.99. And there's no added hormones or steroids. I'm actually surprised. I thought there would be like a bunch of like low quality meat and stuff. Okay, we got our chicken. Roughly in this entire thing, there's probably like 22,000 to 2,500 calories. But what we're gonna do in order to make this a little bit more low calorie is use the breast meat only, okay? So let's do that. Cut this chicken. I get that. So it's up to you whether you guys want to use the skin or not. For the sake of this, I'm gonna leave it out since we're trying to make it like super, healthy and all that. Using darker meat, using the skin is gonna taste better. And if you're juggling between trying to make a meal super healthy and trying to like actually stick to a diet plan and actually enjoy what you're eating, then sometimes, it makes sense for you to actually just use the chicken thighs and skin as well. You guys definitely don't need to eat all this in one serving, but I have a big appetite, so it might be possible. The good thing about this rotisserie chicken sriracha taco recipe is there's no cooking because, of course, we're using a rotisserie chicken. So now all we have to do on the meat side is just shred the chicken up. I like using 2 forks and just. Honestly, you can probably even skip shredding it if you want to, but I'm going for kind of like a carnitas kind of thing. So that's why I'm trying to get this into pretty small pieces. Careful with the bones, guys. Okay, so now we got the shredded rotisserie chicken. What we're gonna do is add some sriracha. Now, I'm not using the regular rooster sriracha you guys might be familiar with. I'm using this Thai shark brand sriracha. Now, fun fact, sriracha actually comes from Thailand. Like there's a province in Thailand called Sriracha. That's literally where it's from. So the difference between this and like the regular rooster brand, that you guys might be familiar with, is Thai sriracha is more sweet. So this alone is like enough. Like we don't need to add any sugar in this recipe. This is pretty good. Now, the one caveat is because there's sugar, right? There's 15 calories per tablespoon. I don't really measure when I do this. I'm just gonna kind of like eyeball it, but I think roughly, if you wanna have a good ratio, have a good, decent ratio between calories and flavor, I would add around like 4 tablespoons, which is a good amount, right? But this is a good amount of chicken as well. I'm gonna give you guys all the macros and calories and stuff, but keep in mind, like I don't really track when I do this stuff. Like on a daily basis, I kind of just feel it out, marginally eyeball. I focus more on just, being more intuitive with my diet. Like the majority of what I eat at home especially is generally gonna be more like this, like high protein, a lot of veggies. So I'm able to kind of get away with not being super precise with my tracking. But just letting you guys know, like what you're seeing specifically in this, like how much meat I'm actually using, I don't even have a weight scale with me right now. So I can't even weigh things out technically. I'm just gonna be like, all right, I use roughly like 2 chicken breasts worth of meat, Okay, so I think I poured roughly like 3 tablespoons, as you see. It's starting to change a little bit color, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. Just 1. All right, and that should be good. So the reason why I started out with the meat is I kind of want to let this like soak in a little bit while I leave it on the side, because the next thing I'm going to be doing is prepping the veggies. So now that we got the chicken ready, we're going to be working on prepping the veggies. So we have 1 Roma tomato, roughly 2 limes, an onion. We'll see if we actually have to use the whole thing, as well as some cilantro. Now, of course, mainly tacos, you can be pretty good with maybe just these 3 alone, right? But I'm gonna add some tomatoes just for, adding a little bit more veggies. Also, instead of regular like iceberg lettuce that has no like nutritional value, I'm gonna be using green leaf lettuce, which is my favorite type of lettuce to use. I think it tastes great. I'm gonna be cutting some of that too. But first, let's start off with the onion. I'm gonna peel this real quick. You're probably only gonna need like half of it, or cut it however you like it. It's gonna be more than enough onion. So we got the onions, now let's cut some tomatoes. Gotta rinse the tomato. All right, now that we got the tomatoes cut, let me cut the lime. I already washed these, so we'll be good. You can cut it however you like. I just like cutting in quarters. Boom, boom. This should be enough lime. And then with the second lime, what I'm gonna do is actually squeeze this into the rotisserie chicken directly. All right, and last thing with the cilantro, let me just wash it real quick. And then cut these. Do you guys like eating the stems of cilantro? Because I personally don't mind it. So, there are veggies prepped. Now, let me squeeze the lime into the chicken. Depending on the lime you use, you might not actually have to use an entire lime. So I'm gonna start out with half, and then I'm gonna taste it right after. Try a piece. That should be enough. Okay, so now we got the veggies prepped. Meat is pretty much ready to go too. Now we're gonna heat up some of these Mission Zero Carb tortillas. Now before you cook me, I wanted to use corn tortillas. They have a similar net, like zero carb, low carb corn tortillas, but I couldn't find any. In fact, let me just show you my thought process when I was picking these out. All right, we're here at Target trying to get the lower carb tortillas. Hopefully they have them. All right, looking for tortillas. Depending on what tortilla you use, that can kind of make or break how low or high in calorie this meal is gonna be. All right, here we got carb balance. But these are flour. We can do better than that. Trying to find the perfect mix of flavor as well as still being pretty healthy. So these are the regular ones. 120 for 3 tortillas. I think we can do a little bit better. These are flour, but they are 25 calories per tortilla. So 75 calories compared to 120. But they're smaller. They don't have the best selection. You know what, for the sake of keeping calories down, let's go with the zero carb ones. But if you guys don't like flour tortillas, I know Mission does make like a healthier, low carb corn tortilla one, but this location doesn't have it. But hey, we got something. All right, so we're gonna be toasting these tortillas. Now, I'm gonna leave it on like medium, just because it's a non-stick pan. Throw them on there. Comment, do you guys like flour tortillas or corn tortillas more? Because I prefer corn tortillas, but you know, gotta work with what we got. But these tortillas are pretty good, like 25 calories a tortilla is not bad at all. Well, while we wait, I take this as the opportunity that if you guys want more specific personal advice on something like dieting, meal planning, and in fact, actual recipes portioned out to fit your specific macros, then I recommend you apply to my exclusive one-on-one fitness coaching program where I essentially guide you through the process to getting to your fitness goals. So if that sounds interesting to you, check out the link in the description. Spots are ultimately limited, so I recommend you applying soon. But yeah, I used to be scared to touch. Ooh, need a little bit more. I like when it gets like a little char, but I guess these net zero carbs don't get it. This is honestly my first time using these specific tortillas, so if you guys want something more safe, maybe you guys use like the regular like street tacos. But of course, you know, a little bit more calorie, which I think is fine, you know. That's one. Okay, I think these are good to go. Interesting color. I recommend if you guys want the taste on point, maybe use corn tortillas for sure. Now, last step is take some of the chicken. Place it here. Probably gonna, honestly, with the chicken we have, we're probably can get through like 10 tortillas. Look pretty good. And then it's your choice, but you can take some of this green leaf lettuce or whatever kind of lettuce you want. I'm gonna take honestly just like one long stalk. Kind of just lay these on the side. Boom. One last step. And some lime. And to take this even further, get one final douse of Sriracha. And there you have it. Rotisserie chicken Sriracha tacos. I don't put the calories and everything on screen, but I take it for just these 4 tacos, probably pretty low calorie. But realistically, I'm probably gonna have to eat like 6 or 8 of these to get full, but that's just me. First shot. That. Cheers, people. Tortillas are interesting. I definitely recommend corn tortillas over flour, but otherwise, flavor is really good. This combo, Sriracha and tacos, All right, so we killed those rotisserie chicken tacos. Now we're moving on to our second meal, and that is we're gonna be making some Korean barbecue chicken lettuce wraps. Let's get it, the infamous lettuce wraps. So this is pretty much all we need. Some green leaf lettuce, scallion, chicken thighs, and this Korean barbecue sauce. This is probably gonna be the easiest recipe to make, so listen up, and this is the reason why I make it so often. So first off, what I'm gonna do is wash the green leaf lettuce as well as the scallion. I'm gonna peel these. I'm probably not gonna be using all of this in the lettuce wraps, but since these usually come in like a head like this, then it doesn't really matter. And with this funny little nub, what I do is this. So now that we washed the veggies, we're gonna prep the chicken. So bring out the cutting board once more. This sounds pretty good, but we can do better than that. Bowl cut. Bowl cut. Korean barbecue cleaver. I got this from like a Chinese grocery store. I got it from 88 actually. All right, so we have a pack of 3 chicken thighs. 3 is a lot, so I'm probably just gonna use 2. I think that should be definitely enough for me and probably enough for you. I mean, there's 6 of them and I'm gonna use 3, so I'm basically using half of it. You can cut it up more, so cook quicker, but personally, I like it when it's like pretty meaty portions like this. So what you can actually do, you grab a fork and you stab it so that you get more marinade sauce into it, okay? You'll get more flavor this way. So I literally, I stab the fuck out of it, bro. Last thing, it's optional, but you can cut this, the fat off a little bit, kind of lower the calories, you know? I'm gonna take my air fryer, and now you have 2 options. You could marinate this longer for like, let's say 30 minutes at least, but we're kind of on a time crunch, so we're literally just gonna throw it in the air fryer and pour the sauce over. Put the chicken thighs in the aluminum foil. And now we're gonna use this secret ingredient, CJ Foods Korean barbecue, hot and spicy for chicken and pork. Now, let me tell y'all, it would take you a little bit of work to find this. You need to go to a Korean grocery store to get this, but it is worth it. I'm telling you right now, it is 100% worth it. Let me show y'all where I found this. All right, so we're here at Jungbu Market getting the Korean barbecue marinades. So if you guys don't have a Jungbu Market where you live, you can just go to any like Korean grocery store. They should have this marinade because it's super popular. And I'm telling you, it is worth the trip, trust me. It is fire. And here we are. CJ Foods, any of these are pretty much like all good. For the chicken recipe, I'm gonna get this one. Hot and spicy marinade for chicken and pork. Got a sauce, let's go. I like to go pretty liberal with the sauce and I don't track it. Like, you know me, I don't track anything. And I would say like, you know, roughly 3 tablespoons, probably a good sweet spot. No, that's roughly around like, I would say. Make sure you got it everywhere. There we go. Time to pop this in the air fryer. So what I'll do is I'm gonna do 380 for initial 12 minutes. I'm gonna take it out and put a little bit more sauce in and throw it back in for another roughly like 6 to 8 minutes from there. So while we have the meat in the air fryer, I'm gonna cut up the scallions. All right, timer's up. Let's see what we're working with. Pretty cooked, pretty cooked. I'm gonna flip these and probably only pop them in for another like 4 minutes. We'll see. All right, now I'm gonna add a little bit more sauce to give it that little glaze, you know? Pop it back in. I'm gonna do 5. But with the remaining chicken thighs, I'm gonna freeze them so they don't go bad. You can pretty much freeze meat, keep them in the freezer and take them out, let them thaw at any point in time. All right, air fryer's done. Let's see how it looks. Oh, baby. Just to make sure, let me poke it to make sure it's actually fully cooked. You wanna make sure that the thickest piece is cooked, so I'm gonna pop it back in for another like 3 minutes, just to make sure it's really cooked. And there we go. That is definitely fully cooked. So now comes the final step. We're already almost done. Take your green leaf lettuce. I like using the big long pieces and pretty much just assemble the chicken on it. What you can actually even do is cut them into smaller morsels. So let's say something like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, the difference between chicken thighs and breasts is night and day. I'm telling y'all right now. These chicken thighs, oh. Okay, load it up so this one got another standalone piece. Let's actually try it. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's good. Ooh. Korean barbecue chicken lettuce wraps. There you go. And you know, sure, it took some time to air fry, but this is a super simple recipe, man. Just the chicken thighs, that marinade sauce, some green leaf lettuce, and scallions, which is completely optional too. So I'm gonna take this bite. What I'm actually gonna do, and I tend to do this a lot to even increase the fiber in it too. I double layer, right? So, cheers, y'all. I'm gonna bite from the bottom. So that was the Korean barbecue chicken lettuce wraps. It's time for the third recipe. All right, y'all, so the last thing we're gonna make today is some Korean barbecue beef with mixed vegetables. Now, honestly, this is probably the simplest recipe to make. Like, minus these cut veggies over here, you can honestly get away with just this right here. Meat, sauce, and some Aldi mixed vegetables, mixed frozen vegetables. These are a game changer, especially if you're trying to get some more veggies in your diet and you know you're in a pinch. Super convenient. But first step, I'm gonna cut this beef up, marinate it, and then we're gonna throw it in the air fryer and chop these other stuff up. Today we are using thin slice sirloin. But pretty much anything that's relatively lean. This isn't even like the leanest thing. Now I pre-aluminum foiled this. You might have noticed that I don't oil the air fryer, and I think it's totally fine. It saves you some calories that way too. I like getting the thin sliced beef because it cooks quicker in the air fryer especially. So I'm marinating the beef in this little tub. Now for our marinating sauce, of course we gotta go with the CJ Foods Kbbq marinade. Let me show y'all how I got this. For the beef recipe, you can either go with a bulgogi style marinade or a Kbbq. I like the Kbbq better, so we're gonna do Kbbq. Now I'm a list to use around like 3-4 tablespoons of this, okay? But again, usually I just eyeball this. Oh yeah. You could let this marinate and just stand for like 15, 30, maybe even overnight if you wanted to, but I don't got that time, so. Now, since these are thin slices, normally I wouldn't want to stack the meat on top of each other, but I think 2 layers should be fine. All right, so it's ready to go in the air fryer. Now I'm gonna cut up some onions, throw it in as well, so we get a little bit of caramelized action. So while the meat is marinating, I'm gonna cut up this onion, the remaining half of the onion I used earlier. I'm thinking instead of dicing it like in the first taco recipe, I'm just gonna cut it into long strips. I'm probably gonna make 2 batches of this, so I think I'm gonna use half the onion right now, or well, technically a quarter of this. A little bit more sauce. Boom. All right. Now this is gonna go into the air fryer for roughly 5 minutes, and I'm gonna flip it up. I'm gonna flip it over, and then I like to gauge after that. Usually you have to cook it for an additional 3 to another 5 minutes. Now, in the meantime, I'm gonna chop up the red bell peppers, which I'm gonna add after I flip this. So this is already washed. I'm just gonna julienne these as well, and then I'm gonna cut them in half. Okay. Some scallions. Air frying for the first round. Whew, looking good. I'm probably only gonna throw it in for another 4 minutes after, but let me mix it up a little bit. Just wanna flip it. Yeah, these are nearly cooked. Now what I'm gonna do is add some bell peppers. Throw it in for another 4 minutes. Oh baby, there we go. Oh yeah. Honestly, this half portion is probably enough to serve like an average person, but I get pretty hungry. I got a big appetite, so I'm gonna throw in the other half as well. And I'll see y'all when that's done. So while that's air frying, let me cook this up. Literally just microwave this for 4 to 5 minutes, and that's pretty much it. It's ready to serve. Throw the remaining on to this plate. Look at that steam. Oh yeah. Now that we got this mountain of beef, ooh, add some scallions. Probably can serve 2 people on average, I would say. Forget about our frozen veggies. Boom. There you have it. Korean barbecue marinated beef with mixed vegetables. Super easy meal you can whip up. You don't really even need to add the bell peppers and onions or the scallions. Just meat and veggies. That's pretty much all you need, and it tastes great. Let's take a bite. Dip some of that broccoli in the sauce. Mmm. Let me take a nice bite. Some pepper on that beef. Baby. Now personally, I'm fine with just regular veggies like this, but if you must, you can add a little bit of some touch of salt and black pepper to spice things up, but this is perfectly fine for me. And there you have it. 3 easy and healthy, high protein, low calorie meals you can make in your own home that are all relatively pretty quick to make and easy. I hope you try these meals out because, hey, the Korean barbecue sauce is so good. It's so good. And it's game changing. When you get to a point where you find food that not only is healthy for you, but also tastes good, that's the holy grail. And that's literally what the point of this video is. So with that in mind, thank you all so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys have a better understanding of what I pretty much eat on a daily basis. Hit the like button if you find these recipes delicious. Subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.